Hey guys, Rachele here with Amethyst Ascension, and today what I'm going to be doing is days 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, and 8 days of the 31 days of tarot for 2020. Sorry, I'm referring to my list here. And so the first one was, well, day 6 was, what decks are you anticipating for 2020? Well, if I'm being 100% honest with you guys, I haven't really looked. I'm not really looking for any new things like Kickstarter or anything like that that are coming out because, for one, which I've got other videos to upload that I did, but I'm not sure how I feel about these indie decks just because of what has happened with my sacred creators. I'm not saying that I won't, but also this is probably going to be a forced on me depth year because of our financial situation right now. So, and I'm not saying that I won't. If it's something that I just got to have that I find out about in 2020, then I'm going to find a way to do it. But for the most part, I don't have, I'm not watching, you know, what's coming out and all that because I accumulated so much this last year that I really want to delve into what I have right now. So, I don't really have a 2020. So, you know, anticipated decks coming out in 2020. Now, I do have another video that I'm going to be releasing soon. I made quite a few videos, you know, like a couple of weeks ago, and I just haven't found the time because of other videos in order to release them. So I did a wish list, what's on my tarot deck wish list or deck wish list, and it's a hashtag to Papa Squirrel. So I'm going to be releasing that probably within the next few days as well. So that will kind of take, you know, not that I'm going to get them, but you know, they're on my wish list. Way more than that, but anywho. So we're going to just move on to number 7, which is the tarot. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. The tarot card that stalked you in 2019 and why? Well, I had probably a couple of cards that stalked me. One was the High Priestess, and I think probably because it was like a year of new beginnings and deeper connection with my higher self. So I look at that as trusting my intuition more. So the Priestess came up in quite a few of my own personal readings. And the Devil seems to always come up for me. Probably because I'm a Capricorn and that is my card, right? And, you know, I got a monkey on my back with this addiction, which actually it's been a lot better. The holidays, we're not talking about the holidays, okay? But in general, the food that I intake is, or the types of food that I eat are so much different than what they used to be. And my need to fill that hole is, you know, with eating is not the same. Probably because I recognized it. So once I recognized it, and I recognized it years ago, but once I recognized it, and if I go to eat for a certain reason other than I'm hungry, it clicks in, or, you know, I see that. So those are the two cards that I would say have stalked me the most in regards to me. And so number 8 is, what tarot books did you read in 2019? Okay, so I have a bunch of books here. So, of course, this book, The Light Seers Tarot. Yeah, I had to go through it right after I got it, read it. I loved it. This one, Tarot of the She, love it. This was later in the year. I loved every bit about it. This one, I have not read the entire thing. I use it more like a resource. but I have read a huge chunk of it. Let's just put it that way. Tarot Wisdom, same thing, Rachel Pollack. I have not read it from beginning to end. However, I have used it as a reference and I've referred to it many, 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 many times. And as a matter of fact, I want to get started on my 78 Days of Tarot series again. That's another thing I want to start making time for. So, and I used this book a lot in that. So also the tarot and astrology book. Here's one that I've started. I'm like on chapter 2 of this. And this is one that was suggested to me by the lovely Diane Jarecki. And so I got this and I've been reading it a little bit, just as time permits. This is another one, Kitchen Table Tarot by Melissa Sonova. I love this book. Although I have not read it from beginning to end, I have read a huge chunk out of this book. Another book that I referenced in my 78 Days of Tarot series. This one, yeah, I read this from beginning to end. I couldn't put it down. I love the stories that revolve around every card in this deck. So this was one that when I started reading, I just couldn't put it down just because it was so beautiful. And here's another one. Hang on, let me pause this. Okay, sorry. So yes, this is another one that I did not read every single card in it. Sorry, I'm trying to get the glare off of it. But almost every single one. And I've referred to this because I've used this deck many, many times. But this was also one that I kept on my list of books that I would go through in my series, my 78 Days of Tarot. This is another one that I read all the way through. I loved it. I love The Everyday Witch. This deck consumed me for a while. In the beginning of, well, maybe the middle of 2019. This is another one that I started. I got about halfway through. And then I probably got a new deck or something happened and I just got preoccupied with that. But it is another one that I started in 2019. Like I said, about halfway through. Here's another one. And yes, I'm about not quite halfway through on this one. Another one I need to get back on because I think this book is great. But like before, probably because I got so many new decks in 2019, I got another deck and started reading on that one. Or, you know, you just, when you're watching so many videos every day and making videos all the time, it's hard because I am not one that I can sit there and watch. And I watch your guys' videos. I don't just leave a comment or leave a like, or I watch your videos. Which is another reason it's hard to always remember everything because I consume so much information, whether I'm watching it or whether I'm reading it. So this was another one. Another one that I've used as a reference in my 78 Days of Tarot is the Holistic Tarot. There's no way in heck that I've read this entire thing or probably even close to it. But it is a wonderful resource that I've read lots out of. And, I mean, other than that, just like Oracle decks and other tarot decks. Or, I mean, yeah, tarot decks, they're books, they're guidebooks. I always try to read through the guidebooks. But there you have it. That was my, what day is this? Was it day 8? Yeah, my day 8 of the 31 Days of Tarot. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong side. The 31 Days of Tarot for 2020. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I am sending you love and light. Thank you.